My favorite thing to be is skinny. And I fear you cannot say that out loud, but it is my favorite thing to be, and it is my favorite fear to not be. And this is just for me personally. This is all personal to me. But I just wanted to say it out loud because honestly, it's all I think about. It's all I think about. Okay.
Hey people, welcome and welcome back to the channel. So the video you have just watched is the video that is going around on TikTok because she said those words and people are mad at her and a lot of people reacted to her. And so let's watch some of the videos I collected and I'll be back to leave my comment. Please don't go away.
I don't think a lot of you guys are looking at Slim Kim's statement about being skinny through a black lens, because being skinny in the black community is not like the highest beauty standard. It's always, shorter average women who are thick. That has always been the beauty standard for us. I am 5'8". I am skinny. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 135 pounds. My shoulders are a little bit wider. I don't really have that waist thing going on, and my hips are just non-existent. It really wasn't until this year where I finally came to terms with the fact that I am not going to be thick. I've always wanted to be thick. My entire family is thick, gorgeous, voluptuous bodies, and that's just not me. But I can still love myself for the way I am. I don't know what her intent was with that video because it was so vague. But yeah, I just think that we really need to analyze that aspect of being skinny within our own beauty standard.
My favorite thing to be is skinny. Why wouldn't it be? It's the only thing women have learned from the media, fashion, and the wellness industry that profits off of our insecurity. I'm not here to say that you should be one size or another. I am 5'2", and there's a certain size and weight that I feel most comfortable that allows me to be active and do the things that I want to do. The criticism here is that you're not saying the whole story. Why? Why is your favorite thing to be is skinny? Where does that belief come from and who does it serve the most? We need to understand this, that going against the grain, going against what the patriarchy and what capitalism and what the advertising industry has told us since the day we were born takes a great amount of courage, consciousness, of self-awareness. The issue with something like this, it reduces identity and it only supports current systems of oppression that already exist. And we ask ourselves why kids are the way they are, why they vote the way they do. They're not like us when we were that age. Are we being the best role models? That's also a question that we should invite into the conversation.
Coming from a Sierra Leone household, and I just want to offer some perspective in this conversation. Being slim, at least in the big family I come from, is not the best thing. I know it's wrong, but it just kind of is what it is with just breaking just generational things. I say this because I work out. My family knows I work out. And because of that, I'm almost sometimes hyper scrutinized to make sure that I don't lose too much weight. The only time my weight has been a conversation is when I am losing weight. And it's my family, love them down. It is what it is. I don't take it too personal. I just mind my business. But the only time I've ever heard anything go on about my weight in a negative connotation is when they're like, "You're getting smaller. Are you eating?" But to them, it's coming out of a place of worry. To them, they're just like, "Oh, is something going on? Why aren't you eating? You're getting smaller. Why are you losing weight?" And I do think mentally in their brain, as long as I am not gaining excessive weight, which, like I said, doesn't make it okay. But as long as I don't pass that threshold, whenever I start losing weight or I look like I'm losing weight, it's always going to get called out. I say that to say that not in every community, at least in the Black community or African community, or in different families and household, is slim considered the beauty standard. Because as I'm just researching it and seeing all these videos, I'm just like, oh, so to some people, this is the beauty standard. But growing up, if I was too small, I was being told, eat. It doesn't make it okay. But I can definitely see how someone can come out later and be like, you know what, I do like being slim. I do like being this way, even though my whole life y'all are telling me that it looks sickly. I'm just offering perspective.
Listen, I know that girl Slim Kim came on here and said that all she thinks about is being slim and being skinny. And listen, I ain't here to talk about that, but what I'm here to talk about is, you want to know what I think about night and day and night? I want small titties. I want to be Commander-in-Chief, Mayor of, Secretary of State for the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. That's what I wanted. That's what I want. That's what I need. Okay? Yeah, being skinny's nice. Not that I've ever experienced it, but I'm sure it's nice. But I want small tatas. That's what I want. We're talking about the wrong thing here. We're talking about the wrong obsession. If we're gonna have conversations, let's have the conversations that matter. I'm sorry.
Man, how the hell y'all mad at Slim Kim? She got on here and said, I like myself. I love myself. My biggest fear is being someone else. And y'all got mad at her for that? It's a certain way I like my body to look too. That's why I'm in the gym every single day. It's a certain way I like for my body to look. It's a certain way I don't want my body to look. For lack of better words. How are y'all mad at her for that? Then I seen somebody say, just because you slim, that don't mean you healthy. I don't think she said she like being healthy. She said, I like being slim, petite. You mean? I ain't say nothing about health. You know what I mean? Y'all be trying to make a problem out of nothing. She love herself. Hell, ain't nothing wrong with a little petite thing.
As a very skinny girl, I still think the whole, like, my favorite thing to be a skinny, I think that's batshit crazy. And I love being skinny. I absolutely do. But, like, it's actually not even one of my top 10 favorite things about myself. Probably not even top 20. I'd say my favorite thing about myself is, like, my intelligence. Like, I'm really smart. I'm also very kind. I love how pretty I find myself, like, how beautiful I think I am. And you could argue that, like, me being skinny is a part of that, and I wouldn't argue with you. But I've always been skinny. My entire life, I came out the womb fucking skinny. Everyone thought I was a preemie. I've always been skinny. But I haven't always felt beautiful. And actually, at points in my life, I felt very ugly, even though I was still very skinny. And, like, the list goes on. And I don't want to be fat either. Trust me. Like, I see the way y'all treat fat people. You treat fat people terribly. You treat fat people as if they're, like, subhuman. And I don't want to deal with that. But my biggest fear is still probably, like, the deep sea. Like, the deep ocean, that's, like, that's my biggest fear. I feel like if your favorite thing about yourself is that you're skinny, I have no choice but to believe that you're, like, insanely dull and uninteresting. Because being skinny is uninteresting. I don't know. I just think that if that's really your favorite thing about yourself, you should maybe get, like, a hobby or learn some skills, pour into some other cups. I don't know, girl. That's very, like, concerning and pathetic.
Kindly leave your comment in the comment section below after listening to all the stitches from different people. I don't see any reason why people are upset because someone said her fear is not being skinny. Because that's her personal choice. Why would you be upset for someone's choice? If you love to be skinny too, why don't you work out? I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but that's her personal choice. I'm also a size plus because it's so crazy how the internet is so upset because of this person's choice. She did not shame anybody in that video. She openly said she was speaking for herself. So I don't see any reason why people are acting so mad at her. Kindly leave your comment in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. See you in the next video and stay safe.